Assalamu alaikum. As you probably know, my name is Malaika and I'm 16 years old. What you probably didn't know was that I'm a proud Muslim and my name actually means angel in Arabic. In fact, my name was mentioned in the Quran approximately 88 times. Anyways, ever since I was a little girl, my mom would send me to Islamic classes so I would learn about my religion and why we follow it. To this day, I still remember the lesson my teacher taught me about the 5 pillars of Islam. She told me this metaphor. When you have cake, you need to have the right ingredients. You need sugar, flour, eggs, milk, and butter. If you forget the sugar, the cake doesn't taste good. If you forget the flour, the cake doesn't rise. You need to have all the ingredients working together in order to have a delicious cake. That's just like Islam. If you don't follow Som, you're not completing it to the max. You need to follow all 5 pillars in order to be a good Muslim. If you don't follow the 5 pillars to the max, then how do you know if you're pleasing God? Shahada. The first pillar in Islam is Shahada. What some people don't know is that it's also the most important. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. This creed means there is no God but Allah and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. Personally, this creed means a lot to me because I believe in it 100%. My version of the pillar of Islam is keeping touch with God. Every Monday and Tuesday after school, I read Quran for 1 hour and memorize surahs. I love to be alone in my room and read Quran. It makes me feel like I have a very strong connection to God. As of right now, I've memorized the entire 30th chapter of the Quran. I know the whole thing by heart and recite it every day when I pray. My pillar and the 5 pillars are similar because I am Muslim. In both pillars, there is a strong connection with God present. Salah. The second pillar in Islam is Salah. Salah for Muslims is very important. It is like having a one-on-one conversation with God. Although it is mandatory, not everyone prays 5 times a day. I try my best every day to pray all 5. I love to pray because for me, it is like a form of meditation. My substitute for this pillar is playing soccer and going to the gym. When I am working out or playing soccer, it's like a form of meditation for me. It calms me down and releases any stress I have. The process of getting ready to play soccer is very similar to the process of getting ready to pray. For example, before I pray, I have to do wudu, which is a sacred washing, and getting dressed in clean and modest clothes. On the other hand, before I play soccer, I have to brush my hair and tie it up and wear my soccer uniform. Praying and soccer are both attributes to what have shaped me into the person that I am today. Som. The third pillar in Islam is Som. Som means to fast. Each year in Ramadan, which is a month in the Islamic calendar, Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset without any food or water. They are not allowed to engage in any sexual activity and are encouraged to read Quran and be in a holy state of mind. It is mandatory for Muslims to start fasting when they reach the age of puberty. I started completing all 30 fasts when I was at the age of 12. The purpose of fasting is to feel the pain of those who do not have any food or water all year round. My substitute for this prayer is giving up the use of my phone every night at 8. This allows me to focus on my homework and helps me to do better in school. Doing this has helped me realize how dependent everyone is on their phones these days. It made me realize that there are so many people in our world who don't even have a phone and never feel empty. When I set my phone down at 8, I'm always tempted to use it. Ramadan and putting down my phone helped me feel so lucky to be living in Canada where everything is at our grasp. It also makes me grateful for being in a family that can afford everything I want. I also feel grateful for being Muslim because in our religion it is mandatory for us to feel the pain of others and not just think of ourselves. Zakat. Zakat is the fourth pillar of Islam. Zakat is the act of giving 2.5% of your wealth to the poor annually. This is very important because it gives Muslims all around the world a chance to give back to the less fortunate. I just started working this year, so I haven't had the chance to partake in zakat yet. However, my parents give money for zakat at the end of each year in the Islamic calendar. My substitute for zakat is giving 5% of my paycheck to the poor and volunteering at my local retirement home. Every 2 weeks when I receive my paycheck, I always calculate 5% of my paycheck, take it all out in cash, and go to the mosque and put it in the sadaqah bin. This means voluntary charity. I do this because ever since I was little, my mom told me if you give, you receive 10 times as much. When I voluntarily donate money or even go to the retirement home, it is putting me in the habit of giving zakat in the future. This is similar to the pillar of zakat because in both I am donating money to the less fortunate. I am also donating my time and my energy into helping someone that needs it. Hajj. Hajj is the last pillar of Islam. Hajj is a Muslim pilgrimage that is mandatory to complete before you die. It involves running between mountains, visiting the Kaaba, and visiting Mina where there's a stoning ritual. This ritual allows you to get rid of your demons and throw stones at them. When I was little, I had a dream that my parents would go to Hajj. I saw the Kaaba up close and saw us driving around Medina. That same year, my parents reached their goal to save up for Hajj and completed their pilgrimage. I hope too that one day I get to experience Hajj. My substitute for the Hajj pillar is reading and studying Islam every day. By doing this, I am being a good Muslim and not forgetting my roots. I love studying Islam. To me, it is very fascinating to think that my ancestors followed the same aspects I do today. I love to study the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because to me it is very interesting how he preached Islam to all of his followers. When I study Islam, I feel at peace. My pillars are very similar because both of them have to do with learning about religion. Both of my pillars allow us to leave with more knowledge than we had before. The 5 pillars mean a lot to me because they shape me into who I am today. I love to practice Islam not only at home but also in my life outside of home. When I'm in world religions, I love to see the similarities and differences between different religions and different cultures. I hope you enjoyed my video. Assalamu alaikum.